Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to Jasmy video update today. And it seems like Jasmy is in a place that can actually be bought. Okay, you had Jasmy previously making a rising wedge here, you broke down, you came to the technical target. Just an amazing trade in my opinion right there. So we're going to remove some of the drawings from the previous patterns. So this is now time to talk about what exactly you might be trying to do here. So you do have this one touch, second touch, third one, a move to the downside, a move back up, and now you're coming down again to this particular support level. So you do have one support, two, three, and now you got the fourth one, and probably this is going to be the fifth one. Okay, but you do also have to keep in mind that you're making in a three black rows right over there, and as I've said before, that three black rows don't really play out when you're next to the support level. Three black rows make sense if you actually broke the support and you made it like 1, 2, 3. Now that you're below the support, it makes more sense. But this can actually be invalidated. Bearish candles probably might not be working when you're at the support level. Okay, and bullish candles might not really work when you're at the resistance. Very simple thing right there. Now, going into the 4-hour time frame, and if you look at the 4-hour time frame, we do have another three black rows, unfortunately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then again, you're holding the support pretty much right over there. There were a lot of stop losses right over here, and I told you before that this is an invitation of Jasmy to go down and take some stop losses. I probably think this was on the last update when we talked about this being the stop losses that people have been placing, and you did came down, you take the stop losses right there. Is this the time to say that this was just a stop loss hunt and then you start to go to the upside? Now, one thing I can tell you is there's a little bit of a confluence here on the RSI. Now, if you look on the RSI, there's a little bit of a different story. So I'm going to be extending this support line on the RSI level right there. And what I want to talk about is you do have this one touch, second touch, third touch, and the fourth one right over here. Okay, you have a very small gap to come down and touch the RSI once again. So that means if I actually do a higher picture, if I zoom in into the RSI, you can see that you do have that little bit of a gap to come down once again. So let's see, if the RSI does go down a little bit, then you might actually have Jasmy moving down as well. What about the daily time frame? I still would be interested to see how the daily time frame looks like. And the daily, nothing so much, very random in my opinion. You're just in the middle of nowhere, so this can pick up any place. You can still try to pump to the upside. So you're not really overbought, you're not really oversold, you're trying to make a progress right there. So nothing much going on the RSI. So at the moment, I personally believe that Jasmy can be on a very good place to buy. It's a support level, hold support, support the coin. Now let's see if we do try to trade Jasmy, and let's say for some instance this is going to hold as your support level. And where could our stop losses be? Now let's say you do place the stop loss right over here. Okay, so that's going to be a risk of nearly right there. We're talking about 3.32%. okay, but then again, there's no any TA to back up that this is going to actually pump from here and go to the upside. This is just simply support buying. It's holding support, buy at support, just for it to go back up, right? If it does make any sense. And on the 1 hour time frame, you have to be careful about one more last thing, and that is you probably might have an Elliott wave move down. So if we talk about this being your first wave, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, we might expect a fifth wave down as well, and that's not really good. So chances are, do you remember that little bit of a small gap that I just showed you on the RSI can actually be the room that is left for this fifth wave to play out. Okay, so you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where the gap also on the RSI gets filled, and potentially just try to move back up from here. Why? Because there are some little bit of support levels right down over there, if it does make sense. So come down, make the fifth wave, you do have one touch, second touch, and touch this line again, and then from here pump back up. I think that totally makes sense, but let's see what happens. Not very sure about it. And that's it for this update on Jasmy. I'm going to see you the next one. Allah Hafiz.